is an anterior or posterior pelvic tilt causing your back pain? How to tell and how to correct. You're going to be able to need to do a pelvic tilt though, however, if you want to find out whether or not an anterior or posterior pelvic tilt is causing your back pain. So I'm going to show that to you in just a minute. I often put my hand in here and I'll have squish my hand.
Right.
That's a posterior pelvic tilt. You see how I'm
yeah, if we look at his belt, go ahead and put your hand. There you go. So
I'm squishing the hand, and that's a posterior pelvic tilt. Posterior means back. Now, if I go anterior, see what I'm doing there? This belt is going forward. It's like if you're standing, you're tipping a bucket one way or tipping a bucket the other way, and water is spilling out. Assuming you've learned how to do the pelvic tilt, what should we do first, Brad? Should we do anterior? Posterior?
Well, let's do posterior.
Okay, posterior. So we're moving it back. We're flattening out the back, and you feel how your back feels like that.
Right.
Then compare it with the arch. Move the pelvis forward now. And compare it to that.
And we're using the weight just because it puts a little stress on the back to make it a little more clear.
Now you can go right in the middle. Find the spot in the middle, and that's usually where we want you to be. So now if you want to make it worse, you can actually put it out like this and then do the same thing. I put it right in the middle, and that is the best.
So so then you just need to practice keeping that neutral or pain-free position with your exercises and daily activity.
Do the same thing. I'm going to go to the posterior, and then I'm going to actually drop on my heel a little bit.
So we're dropping to put some compressive
force on there. And the same thing, I'm going to do an anterior pelvic tilt and just drop on my heel.
So you compare anterior,
posterior, and neutral. Right in the middle, and compare.
We're looking, there we go.
There's an anterior pelvic tilt.
This way.
And posterior pelvic tilt. And right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
And again, my son, I think he does way too much of an anterior pelvic tilt when he's lifting.
Arching that back.
And he's got to learn to find that neutral spot and lift like that and squat like that.
So we're talking about right here, the gap here. Go ahead and arch.
Yeah, see, that's too much. That's too much of an arch. You want to be,
pinch me.
Yeah, so, and plus you want to make sure you have contact at 3 points.
Here.
If I have contact at only 1 point, I'm too rounded out. If I have contact on my head, mid back, and low back, that's where you want to be. And now you can do squats and keep that back straight. You find out, like you do an anterior pelvic tilt, posterior pelvic tilt, and find that middle and see if it feels okay there. And you can actually work on extending and flexing your hips by keeping your back straight in that neutral position. Find the right tilt that you want. This is too much. This is the other way. I'm right in the middle. Now I'm going to anti-shrug my shoulders because I don't want my shoulders to be up. And by doing that, I'm actually tightening up my lats, which support my back a little bit. And I'm going to tighten up my stomach too. And now I'm in the right position. Now, I mean, now for lifting, for carrying,